Welcome to It's a Grand Life, where our mission is to be a voice for grand families and kinship caregivers everywhere. Did you know that in the United States alone, there are 2.3 million grandparents raising their grandchildren? 2.3 million. It's a Grand Life is committed to making a difference for those kids. That's why we have the podcast, a Facebook group, and the Grand Fund. The Grand Fund, which is a 501c3 which was launched in June of 2024, provides financial assistance to grand families, including shelter, food, clothing, and household needs. Grand families are in every neighborhood, in every city, every tribe and territory nationwide. If this is you or someone you love, we're here for you. And we welcome you to join us on this mission. Our goal is to offer hope and resources to help you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review. You can also join our Facebook group. Just search for it under It's a Grand Life. And your reviews, comments, and sharing of our podcasts help us reach others that need assistance. Welcome to another episode of It's a Grand Life. Hi, my name is Craig Nash, and we'd like to welcome you to another It's a Grand Life. And you are going to be absolutely blessed today. We've got Christina McLendon with us, and she has become a new friend of It's a Grand Life, and she's got a wonderful story of how she became a grandparent raising her grandchild. And we ran into her a couple weeks ago. She was referred to us by our dear friends at OLSA, Oakland Livingston Human Services Agency. And she is going to be an encouragement to those of you at home who are raising your grands. And Christina, thank you so much for being our guest here on It's a Grand Life.
Well, thank you for having me, Craig.
It is my pleasure. And in fact, this is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, that we've met in person. We've been doing a lot of talk on the phone and a lot of emails. But Christina, how did you become a grandma raising your grandkid? How did that happen?
Well, I have a 35-year-old daughter that has been on drugs for, I'd say, about 15, 20 years now. Long time. Started when she was younger. She actually went to jail and found out she was pregnant.
Wow.
And what happened from there is after she served her time in jail because of some things that she had done, she was referred to a rehab facility in Port Huron.
Okay.
She was clean for a year and a half. Everything was going wonderful. And our plan, we always had a plan that if anything ever happened, if she ever relapsed, that the child would come with me.
Okay.
So we didn't plan on her relapsing though. So long story short, she worked the program. She was doing very well. I actually got to see my daughter for the first time in a long time and be able to communicate with her and share our feelings and things. And well, anyways, she ended up leaving the facility, the rehab facility, and she did not want to come back where I lived because that's where all of her problems had started.
Okay.
So I encouraged her to stay up that way if she was able to. Well, I'm not quite sure where things went wrong on her end. I only believe what she has told me. But she ended up at a hotel with her child, stating that she was going to be working there for a while, and could I help support that? And I did, believing her, not knowing anything different. Well, she started using drugs while she was there at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And we just started noticing, meaning me and my mother, we did a lot of Zoom talks, just that her appearance started looking different. She wasn't answering the phone like she was supposed to. And then we were getting concerned. So we took a ride up there and the living conditions were unspeakable. The room was a hot mess. The baby, very sad situation.
Now was the baby really young at this time?
The baby was only like 6 months old.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, 6 months old. So I'm asking her, is everything okay? And, she's of course telling me everything's fine. But we had decided that we were going to go ahead and bring the baby back with us. And she was to start getting her things together, that she was going to have to move back home.
Okay.
So yeah, that happened. And as soon as she got home, we could just see a difference. We could see a difference. And she ended up leaving and not coming back for about a month. That kind of put me into a position as to, I went through a lot of emotions, Craig. I was mad about it. I'm 55, you know, I'm
Well, you were
trying to
great for
work.
55, but
Well, thank you. I appreciate
we
that.
but I know only the folks that listen and watch this program will understand what you're saying, because everyone thinks that there's some magic happens, that the kids come back and everything's just, you know, like water under the bridge and everything's fine. But there's a lot of adjustment. There's a lot of chaos when they re-enter in the home. And even though we love them and we're praying for them and we're hoping the absolute best for them, but it can try your last nerve sometimes. And I had a lady from my old church when we started going through this with our daughter, who said, you know, you can only save one. Who are you going to save? And so we really focused on helping our granddaughter, obviously, and we're thankful our daughter's doing better. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Oh, good.
but
Good.
sometimes you have to make those tough decisions, Christina, right?
Yes. Yes.
And
It's
but
not
you have
easy.
mom behind you too. I think that grandma's in the picture. That's absolutely, well, great grandma's in the picture.
Well, great grandma's not doing well
Oh,
with her health. So it's mainly me, and
Yep.
Also my daughter's father and his wife help out here and there. But that's really about it. I don't have a lot of support that
Okay.
way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
well, we were very happy when you reached out and you were referred by our friends over at OLSA, and you had some needs that we could address, and just
Yes.
really want to commend you for the work that you're doing. And you don't have a lot of, I know grandma doesn't sound like great grandma's doing really well, but you know, we really need a community to get the support that we need when we're dealing with situations like this. And you sound like you're just handling it great. And that's even though we're juggling balls all the time, right?
Well, I think you just got to come to terms with your situation. And like you said, I can only save one, and he's just a baby. He's 2 years old now, so I've had
Wow.
him for over a year.
Wow.
Mom, doesn't show any type of interest in getting better. So I ended up getting guardianship of him in January of this year.
Okay.
She actually went to court with me. I completely shocked by that, but she
Yep.
did that because she knew that she couldn't raise him. She just couldn't do it. And that's probably the one thing I have to say, Craig, is if she didn't do anything else right, she at least made sure that he was going to be okay. That's, you know, not that it excuses her from being a mother, but
Oh, but that's a blessing, Christina,
it
right?
is.
And
Instead of dragging him through that life with her, yes.
and we were thankful when we found out that our daughter was pregnant, that she didn't abort the baby. That would have been real easy as well. And now this little 11-year-old is just a bundle of joy for it. Gives us a run for our money. Don't get me wrong, but they bring a lot of joy, don't they, Christina, into our lives?
Oh, I can't be more grateful. He's not my only grandson. She does have a 12-year-old.
Okay.
And yes, he's with the father though. I see him. It was every weekend, but Nana needed a break, so we're doing every other weekend with him. I'm still very close with him. I've remained that way so that he knows our part of the family. Yeah, he's wonderful, and he's got red hair like me.
Well, it's nice when families can make it work. You know, we have arrangement with the other grandparents, and they're just absolutely great, and they help us out normally a couple times a month, taking him on the weekend, or taking her on the weekend rather, and because that's a lot of strain. You know, folks don't know, but you work full time, and
Right.
as well as take care of this little guy and everything else, and I'm sure you're doing a lot for your mom, who's going through some issues now, and
Yeah.
How do you stay positive, Christina?
I my faith is number one. I work with some very positive people. I work at a school, a university.
Okay.
So, yeah, the pay's not that great, but I'll tell you what, my experience and the people I work with have just really changed me. Um, and I just, to me, it like in my family when I was growing up, you always took care of we took care of my grandma and grandfather when they were ill till they passed. I guess it's just my generation that you take over when somebody can't. And
Right.
as mad as you are about it, you got to keep going because I had plans, for my life as
Of
when I
course.
got older to travel and do things, but it's not about me anymore.
No, that's true. And boy, all our listeners are saying amen to that. And because it's not about us, it's about these grands, and just
Yes,
how do we let you help your little guy to have a normal, quote unquote, adolescence and childhood, and how do we
exactly.
make sure that he's on the right path and health wise and everything else. We noticed that with our granddaughter post COVID that there was she was falling behind with some math skills and some reading skills. So
Hmm.
so we had to kind of jump in and get some additional support, and that's what you do, right? It's
That's just what you do. You do.
so. Can you share with our listeners what was it like working with the It's a Grand Life team when you had some needs and you reached out to me and we talked on the phone and how was that process? Was that a real cumbersome process with a lot of red
It was,
tape and a lot of
no, no,
did we take
not at all.
5 fingerprints and 10 other credit applications or um,
No, I basically stated, that I had a need and was hoping that maybe I might get some type of resource or something for assistance. It's a Grand Life knew nothing about me. I'm a total stranger. Only thing I, shared was just some easy questions about, income and things of that need and what I needed.
yep.
And you guys have been, it's a Grand Life was a blessing to me. I am overwhelmed by the generosity. I didn't expect it. And what a nice thing. What a nice thing to have.
Well, it's your faith is important to you, and my faith's important to me, and um, we're told to love our neighbors as ourselves,
Yeah,
and that's what that's about. And
I am forever grateful.
well,
It's a huge thing to do, and it helped. Been very helpful to me. Thank you.
we just you have no idea how much you encourage us, and just knowing that your little guy is in good hands is really what It's a Grand Life's all about. It's about us
Yes.
as a community, because we're all connected, as a community, just loving and supporting one another. And I hope you'll come on again and tell us how things are going down the road a piece,
Yeah.
and encourage the grandparents that are raising their grandkids that to subscribe to It's a Grand Life and keep us posted if needs ever rise again. But thanks so much for being our guest on the program. You are a blessing to our whole team here at It's a Grand Life, and it was just an honor and a privilege to help out. And we're looking forward to some pictures of this little guy when he starts Little League and starts the Little League in the football program or whatever his gifts are going to be. But we just thank God for you, and we really appreciate you. So thanks so much for being our guest here on It's a Grand Life.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today for It's a Grand Life. It's a Grand Life provides vital content, regulatory updates, and subject matter experts that are committed to supporting the 2.4 million kids and their caregivers from every neighborhood, every city, every tribe and territory nationwide. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review. Every new subscriber and review helps us reach others that need assistance. As caregivers, we are united in purpose. We are driven by hope while providing strength for today and hope for tomorrow. We are truly making a difference while living the grand life. If you have a suggestion for a future episode, please reach out to us. But we'll see you next time for another It's a Grand Life. Thank you for joining us.